All right, here I woke up maybe 45 minutes ago, and then I wanted to film my morning routine before a workout. So the first thing that I do, even though I've gotten coffee already, it's not the first thing I do. The first thing I do in the morning is I like to make an electrolyte drink. I just make my own because I like it, the way it tastes. And sodium is your primary electrolyte. It helps with hydration, muscle contractions, and think of sodium like wires. Think of it like electrical wires that connect your muscles. It allows that electrical signal to travel through the muscles and contract fully. So if you have like super tight legs all the time, I would recommend checking your sodium levels. You can do that through some test strips, and you pee on them and you can test your sodium levels. You also can just try taking in a little bit more sodium and see if your legs feel better. One of the things that is interesting with sodium is you can get iodine or non-iodized. So usually I get the non-iodized because I feel like with a lot of the sodium is iodized. So I just get the non, so it kind of balances the iodine levels, and I'm not getting like so much iodine all the time. But this is a quarter teaspoon, and it has 590 milligrams of sodium in it. So I'll actually take 2. So that's a little over 1,000 milligrams of sodium. And a supplement like LMNT, it has 1,000 milligrams of sodium. And then I just use my own lemon wedges. Like I'll just cut a lemon at the beginning of the day and take it with me. I just feel like it's a little bit more natural. And there is some potassium and magnesium in the lemon wedges. Not nearly as much as there is in like an LMNT supplement, but there is some, and it makes it taste really, really good. So I'll just squirt that in there, and I usually do one, like every quarter teaspoon of salt, I'll do a lemon wedge, and I'll drink this first thing in the morning. I actually already drank it as soon as I got up. I made it and drank this, but this will be my electrolyte drink for after the workout, and it'll also be my electrolyte drink for the rest of the day. So that's done. The other thing I do before workouts is I'll eat something. So for me, I like the mentality of super processed foods, easy to digest before workouts and in the morning. And then the rest of the day, I try to eat whole foods. And I'm going to show you my full nutrition day today. So I just like these Welch's gummies. I'll eat a couple packets of these on workout days in the morning. And I like it because it just gives you some level of like fullness chewing and eating something. And then you'll see from my full routine here that it's quite a bit of stuff. So there's usually no problem on workout days feeling full. And this is about 90 minutes before the workout today. So I'll just stuff them in. And that is 140 calories. Okay, next up, Ketone IQ. And the reason I think Ketone IQ is amazing is primarily for the extra energy and just feeling good, and also the principle of like keeping ahead of your recovery. So Ketone IQ, I've done a bunch of stuff on this before, but it's an amazing supplement that makes you feel better at the end of workouts. So you just have more energy. There's a lot of science behind it, but I'm just doing the routine today so you know what it is. All right, so this is measured. There's little lines here on the side for serving sizes. And usually I take 2 servings, which is 70 calories per serving. So this gets me to 240, 140, yeah, 280. Gets me to 280 calories. It tastes terrible. It's a horrible tasting thing. So next I'm gonna take the Martin bicarb. Again, all of this, I try to finish everything about an hour to 90 minutes before a workout. And a lot of these things kind of peak at an hour 15, where your caffeine, your ketones, I'm not quite sure on the bicarb exactly how long that takes, but the general principle of why I do it the way I do is I want all this stuff done an hour before, or an hour 15, hour 30 before, so I can start my warm up, and also so I can process it, go to the bathroom, do what I need to do. This is a lot of supplements to take before a workout. I generally don't do it every workout. I'll usually do the ketones before every workout. I'll do the caffeine, the carbohydrates before every workout, the electrolyte drink before every workout. And the bicarb, I usually pick a workout or 2 a week, and I'll do it for that. And usually I only do it for workouts that I'm really excited to run well in. Like if it's kind of a B or C level workout, I'll skip it. You totally could do it for every workout, and a lot of people do. So that's just kind of what I do. Like when I'm getting excited about a workout, it's an extra thing that I do. So it's starting to get kind of full already, but so this comes in like a little container. There's nothing in it, and you fill the water up to right there. So this is not the electrolyte drink. This is just water. So I do something kind of funny with bicarb, and I'm almost sad to tell you what I do because I hope they don't change their system, but they might. So I half my bicarb. So I take half of the amount in the bag, but this is also done by weight. So I order the higher weight bicarb and then take half of it. So it actually matches up to my weight, and it kind of gets the bicarb down to half price. Hopefully they don't see this and change their system. So that means I need half water. I just took a little bit out. So I'm gonna take half of this. This is like a powder, and it creates like a gel. So I just get about half. That's probably right. A little more. And then mix it. And it actually comes with like another piece of the top that makes it not so messy, but I always forget to use it. And then I go about half. And I need a little more. This powder just makes it like a gel instead of a liquid. All right, now I gotta eat it. Okay, that is pre-workout nutrition. During the workout, I'll have some more gummies. I'll have my electrolyte drink. And from here on out, before the workout, I still have an hour 15. I'm just going to finish my coffee. That's the other thing I didn't even mention, caffeine. So I'll have a pretty big coffee or a couple cups of tea over 2 hours before a workout to up to an hour. I'll probably be finishing it right up to the workout. So one of the cool things about Run Free and coaching is I believe in, if I'm going to be a good coach, I have to be coachable and I have to have a coach, because that's where I've learned so much more than any other place, is having someone else coach me and then me being able to coach other people. A lot of this stuff you're seeing is just through experimentation and me finding out what worked for me. One of the really cool things too is, so I'm 43. I just ran 4:21 for the mile on Sunday. And I ran 4:21 for the mile in the first time I ran 4:21 for the mile was in 2000 or 2002. So like 22 years ago. In the last 3 years, I've changed my nutrition, really paid attention to what I was eating, the timing of it, eating whole foods during the day, eating processed foods for workouts and during workouts. And you'll see my post-workout fueling as well. It's been life-changing as far as my running goes. But I have a coach, Charlie Grice. Thanks, Charlie, for writing my workout today. And the workout today is 4x400 with 60 seconds rest, 4x300 with 60 seconds rest, 4x200 with 60 seconds rest, 3 minutes between sets. So this is definitely a mile-based workout. I'm going to run another mile in a few weeks. But one of the benefits of having a coach is I really don't think too much about my workouts. Like, I think about the athletes I coach all the time. I look at their workouts every morning. I communicate with them all the time. I want to know how they're doing. I know more about my athletes' workouts than I know about my own to some degree. And I think there's a freedom in that, because I knew I had some mile pace stuff today, but my mind is totally open to how I'm going to run, how I'm going to feel. I'm just going through my routine, and usually about now, an hour before the workout, I'll check my phone, see what Charlie wrote for me for my workout, and then I just go do it. I'm not standing on the line thinking, should I do 400s or 800s or thousands? I'm just going out there and knocking it out. So you guys will get to see that workout today. And I'm super excited about this one. Like, this is going to be a fun one. I think the temperature is going to be like 38, 40 degrees and sunny. So it should be pretty exciting. But that's my pre-workout and pre-race nutrition. Like, I do the same thing for races. And I'm actually pretty full right now. Like, I can't have anything else. And when you think about what you're going to do for your pre-race, pre-workout stuff, there's a limit to how many calories you can consume. There's a limit to the types of supplements and things you can eat or drink before, because you just can't do everything. And so that's kind of one of the things I try to do, is figure out what works and deliver that to you so that you don't have to sift through all these things. Like, this routine is absolutely amazing. You're gonna love it if you can get used to it. And that's the other thing. This is not something I just decided to do one day. I've been practicing these things for years. And you can train your gut to receive more and more, but you have to, I think a good place to start is fuel during, a little bit before, fuel during your workouts, fuel after. Like, create these routines, and then inside of these 3 segments of routines, you can grow and change and alter. All right, here we go. Okay, sorry. Okay, this one's super weird, so just bear with me. Like, if you have any SI joint or hip issues, this is actually going to release your pubic bone right in the center. And it's pretty simple. Like, you just got to find something that you can squeeze between your knees. Usually I'll use a basketball, but I've got this big can of protein. I usually keep a basketball in there and do it, but my son took my basketball out of the van. So what you do is you get on your back between your knees here, and you do a couple hip bridges. And then you'll actually, if you get real close, you'll actually be able to hear this pop. Did you hear it? It has a little bit of a pop right here in the center of your pubic bone. And what it does, it releases that joint and allows your hips to rotate around it. So second thing we're gonna do hip-wise, usually I'll do this with a pillow, but I'll just find something and I'll ball it up, and I'll put one butt cheek on whatever it is, let the other one drop down, so my hips hiked up, and then you'll go opposite side here, and basically I'm getting one hip up, one hip down, and then I can feel it, my SI joint and low back, and I'll stretch it, and then I'll switch sides, same thing, one hip up, one down. And usually I do this at home with a pillow. Like, I just double up a pillow. And I don't really count them. I'll do like 2 reps each side and just hold it until I can feel my back releasing. And now I'm also trying to keep my chest up and stay tall. Next, I'll do like a static squat right here and just hold for a few seconds. And then I'll use some like knees over toes here a couple times. Next, I'll grab something, put it on my knee, and then this is called the bone saw. I'll actually use my shin of this leg to rub across my other leg, and I'll just get a really like kind of light massage in of my soleus and gastroc, soleus and calf. And then I'll switch. And then get into a squat and stretch that soleus and calf just a little bit. Okay, so a lot of times I do this warm up at home, but since I left the house too early this morning, I'll just do it here. So every day I use a lacrosse ball and massage the bottom of my foot is the first thing. So if you've ever had plantar fasciitis issues, Achilles issues, everything you do, the first thing that contacts the ground is your foot. And so I just love getting really into the bottom of my foot the first thing that I do. So I'll spend 2 or 3 minutes. I just spit everywhere, sorry. I'll spend 2 or 3 minutes on each foot. And I really like doing this at home, but today I left the house so early that I'm gonna do it here. And then sometimes I'll actually, if it's real cold, I'll warm the van up and I'll just do it inside the van since I can stand up in it. But I'll get the outside of the foot really good. And then I'll kind of transition to inside of the foot, which is a little bit awkward, but I'll bend my knee a little bit, get inside. And then I'll get right down the middle, but I'm kind of careful down the middle because what I don't want to do is aggravate my plantar fascia. I just want to like loosen it up. So there's kind of an art to this. You want to do it hard enough where you're getting in there, but not so hard where you like cause your foot to tighten up and react to you. And if you get really good at it, you can put a ton of weight on your foot. Like I'm almost full weight on my foot right here. And this is how I've avoided foot issues for years, is I do this every single run. Like even if I double, I start with this. And then I try to keep one shoe on when I do it because you can get a little bit more like even leverage and a little bit more weight if this foot is high and you're kind of like leaning on this side. Some days I go lighter than others. Like if my foot's a little bit aggravated, I'll take my time, I'll work into it and start really loose or really light and then get deeper and deeper. Today my feet actually feel really good, so I'm able to like get pretty aggressive pretty soon. Cool. So this is continuation of like warm up before jogging for a workout. I just do some knee pulls and I don't really count them. I just do it how I feel. If I feel pretty loose and pretty good, I'll do less. If I don't, I'll do more. So I do that one way and then I'll do some light leg swings. I'm not trying to go like as far as I can. I'm just trying to keep it like nice and smooth. Yeah, it feels super good today. And then I'll do some quad stretch, dynamic quad stretch. I'll get my hand up as far as I can. And low back wise, I'm really trying to like arch my low back. You can see a lot of this warm up is centered around hips and backs just to get it moving. All right, next thing, we'll walk to the track and warm up. All right, I've got all my stuff ready to go for the workout. I can't decide between shoes, so I brought both of them, Vaporflies and CLOs. A lot of my workouts, especially if I'm by myself at the track, I'll do in lane 7 because the turns are a little softer. And then I'll also run both ways. Like I'll run clockwise and counterclockwise so I balance out like which leg is on the inside. But after all that, to warm up, fueling this morning, doing some hip loosening up. First things first, 20-minute jog. Here we go. Okay, so one of the funny things about watching yourself jog, I feel like I look absolutely horrible. And I think that's just a funny thing. Like when anyone watches themselves jog, you feel like you're way worse at running than you feel like you are in your mind. So don't feel bad about that if you see yourself and you're disappointed. All right, one of my favorite things to do with workouts, especially when it's chilly out, is slowly take my clothes off. So you're gonna see that process. One article of clothing is down, more to come. So I just did 20 minutes jog, super easy. If you want a metric to look at for the pacing for warm-ups, I would say like 2 minutes slower than 5K race pace. No, I would say like 3 minutes slower than 5K race pace. So like if you were 6:20, 5K race pace, you'd want to be 9-minute pace. So maybe maybe somewhere between 2 and 3 minutes slower. Somewhere in that range is probably about right depending on the day. So 20 minutes easy jog, and now I'm gonna do a few dynamic drills. First one is just a squat shuffle, and I'm trying to spend time on one leg as much as possible. So I'm going one leg, step, and just shuffling. I'm gonna go about 20 meters this way, and then I'll go back the same way. And I'll finish it, take a short break, go back the same way. It's good to do side-to-side motions with your warm-up. And one thing you're gonna see with this warm-up, we're gonna do a lot of side-to-side, and then we'll also do a lot of jumping, which I think is one of the reasons why at 43 I still have a little bit of a kick and some bounce, is I have regularly scheduled into my program dynamic, explosive, and kind of bouncy things. All right, next is a skip, and we're gonna go about 20. And I'll walk out again. Now I'll go back, quick feet. This one is gonna be side shuffle to run out 100 meters. So it's kind of like your first stride of the day. So I'll side shuffle about 20 meters, then run out. And one tip is when you're doing side to side motions, just note which way you're facing and face the same way and do it twice. So you get both directions. So you'll see me side shuffle, run out, and then down there, I'll face the same way, side shuffle and run out this way. Looks like this. And run out.
All right, so you get the point here. We're gonna do a bunch of drills. You can look at them, observe them, and slowly we're gonna get more and more warmed up, ready for the workout. These are super important to do. Side to side is awesome. You can't do everything forwards and backwards.
Time for the pants. Switching shoes. Slowly gonna strip down to nothing. Dude, this is like, seriously, this is my favorite thing to do, period. Like doing a workout on a nice day. It's like absolutely, I mean, I think it's like 38 degrees, something like that. But it feels amazing. There's very little wind. The sun's out. Like, it's just so nice out here. Unbelievably nice. And the deeper we get into the workout, the more clothes come off. So I think I'm gonna go with the Cielos. They're a little bit heavier than some of the carbon fiber shoes, but I love them. I think they're awesome. And I think the next version comes out in February, and it's supposed to be a little bit lighter. These have some miles on them though. All right, so I'm gonna hit the electrolytes. I'm gonna eat half a pack of gummies. My goal with every workout is to finish the workout not hungry. Like, I want to finish it hydrated, feeling good. That gets you ahead of the recovery. That gets you in homeostasis the whole time. not feeling that like super depleted feeling. So I'm gonna go ahead and open these for during. And then I'm also gonna get my lactate kit ready. I'm gonna measure in between sets. So 4x400, 4x300, 4x200, and then in between sets, I'll take a lactate measurement. I like my shoes really tight. And a lot of times, I'm not sure if I'll do it today or not, but a lot of times I'll retie them like 3 times to get it perfect. And the laces have to be flat too. And then I tuck it under one of the laces and pull it through to get it out of the way. Okay, so this is the cool part of the workout warm up. I'm gonna do 2 times 150 meters. And on my way down, I'm gonna like hop, like fake jump, you'll see what I mean. And like just in general, I'm gonna start being like really bouncy. And then when I get down there, I'll jump a couple times as high as I can, which is not very high, but I'll go as high as I can. I used to be able to dunk just out of college. Even though I was running a lot, I could dunk a basketball. I haven't tried in a long time. Those days may be over. But yeah, I'm gonna be real bouncy. I'll do 150 meters, decently fast in lane 1. Then I'll bouncy back again. And I won't jump again. I'll just kind of bounce back again and then do one more 150. Then I might do a couple hundreds and then I'll start the workout. So here we go. So basically what I do is I'll just walk down to the 150 and I'll start kind of like with a little skip. And then I'll kind of go like a little jump and then another little one. I'll walk for a second. And then I'll start getting bouncy again. And I'll do some kind of side to side, just whatever I feel like doing. Bounce it up again. It's like just playing, just trying to play with the movements a little bit. All right, I do my 2 jumps. So I do it like a left turn and a right turn. So I'll left turn and jump. Then I'll right turn and jump.
If you're gonna get old and you're gonna have some pop in your legs, you better be jumping. And we're gonna do this in slow-mo so it looks like I'm jumping high. In reality, it feels like I can't jump at all, but the point is to keep doing it. The older you get, the more you need jumping, plyos, lifting, moving in multiple directions, sideways, forwards, backwards, in between, and just in general being super hoppy will keep your speed as long as possible.
Then 150s. 150s are always from the green marks. So if you find your track, the goalpost, and you find the green mark, that's your 150. And I usually time these. But I don't really care what the time is. I'm just kind of running it how I feel. But pretty fast. And do a rolling start. Here we go. So maybe 2 more hundreds. So this is a super long workout, a super long warm up. Certainly you can shorten it if you want. This is probably the part you could definitely take out, but I just like to do it for pacing. So I'm gonna try to run like 17 seconds for 100 or 16.5, because that's what I'm gonna start my 400s at. So I'm just gonna run 100, wait, 30 seconds, run back. Try to hit the pace so I feel it. All right, here you go. That's exactly what I wanted. I'll do that one more time. Wait 3 minutes, start the workout. I usually wait like 40 seconds to 50 seconds between strides. Okay, here we go, last stride. Sixteen, 1, 2. All right, more close. Okay, so I'll wait 3 minutes, then start the workout.
All right, warm-up's done. It's time to get to work. Rep number 1, 4x400, here we go. I always feel good on the first rep, and I'm always overconfident. I always think I'm gonna do so well, and then the first rep makes me pretty fatigued, and then I've gotta dig a little bit deeper during the rest of the workout. But hey, I know it's coming, and I prepare for it, and that's just the way my mind works. So as we progress, I'm gonna feel it more and more, but that one was actually pretty smooth. No issues there. All right, this is the finish of the 400s. I think I went 67, 66, 66, 67. And I'm gonna take a lactate measurement here as well. Honestly, I normally don't do this on this type of workout too often because I don't really care what my lactate gets to. I'm running the pace that I need to run. But usually on threshold days, I'm looking for like 2.2 to 3.5 millimoles per deciliter. I actually think this one was pretty high. But again, I don't really care what it is if I'm running mile pace work. All right, 300 meter time, and it is windy, folks. I feel the wind big time on this backstretch. You can see my shirt blowing in the wind, and it really does affect your pacing and your ability to run fast in the wind. I think the main thing to do in the wind is just relax and continue to get in the effort. You can see some struggle here. I'm on the struggle bus a little bit today. I would say it wasn't a great workout today, kind of a B-level workout for me. All right, 300 meters the wrong way on the track. This is the beauty of having the track to yourself. Well, There was one other person there, but they were in lane 1. Lane 7, running the backwards way on the track. What would we call that? We call that track-wise, or like anti-clockwise is track-wise, so clockwise around the track. I like doing this because it balances out my legs backwards and forwards around the track. Inside leg is left, outside leg, or inside leg is left leg, and then I like the inside leg to be the right leg some too. Yeah, it is so stinking windy. I actually was running probably a second or two slower on this, going the right way around the track because it was so windy.
So workout's done, 4 4s, 4 3s, 4 2s. And this is something I like to do as part of a cool down if I feel good. So I'm a minute 30 after the workout's over. I'm gonna jog essentially for me what a zone 2 is. So it's somewhere around 6-minute pace. So the first mile of my cool down is gonna be 6-minute pace. And I'm starting about 2 minutes after. So I'm about to start right now. I'm just gonna run around the track the opposite way, 6-minute pace as first mile of cool down. So that was 5:42, the last cool down mile. Now I'm gonna take my lactate one last time. So you wipe it off to make sure there's no sweat. And then get a good bubble and try to get it all the way to where it beeps. Woo! So my lactate was still pretty high, but I finished the workout and then within 2 minutes ran 5:42 mile. But my heart rate for the 5:42 mile was only 158. And I basically felt like I was slowing down the whole time. So I feel like that's a good way to wind it down and not just finish hard running and then you're done. I am surprised at how high my lactate was even after that mile, and I felt amazing. I need to think a little bit more about what that means for my training, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. But basically, that's the conclusion of the workout. I finished my electrolytes. I'll have some more carbohydrate, and then 20-minute cool down. That'll be it. And then I'll show you my post-workout nutrition, and we'll go to the gym, do a little gym workout, eat lunch, eat dinner, have some snacks, and show you the entire day. All right, absolute must. Within like 15, 30 minutes, there's a window, a 30-minute window for protein absorption and just calorie absorption in general. So this is a mixture of some protein and some collagen. I'll take this before we go to the gym, and it's like 40 grams of protein. And I just try to get it down right after, and I will actually add some salt to it as well. Yeah, I'll add 500 milligrams of salt. Dude, I love the shaker bottles too. It's so much better than like the squirt bottle for mixing it up. And this is kind of that whole idea of, I think I had 5 I'll go back and look at it and tally it up for sure. But I had somewhere around 600 calories before the workout, 600. Another 300 during the workout. And then this is another like 2 something. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I've got 1,100 calories by 12 o'clock. And that's gonna give me enough fuel where I can go to the gym right now. And then at maybe 1:30 or 2, I'll eat lunch. So I actually did not eat breakfast this morning. Like my breakfast was coffee, sodium bicarb, electrolytes, and basically gummy bears. Like that was breakfast this morning, but that was pre-workout, during workout, this is post-workout routines. All 3 of those are kind of different things. And then once the gym session is over, I'll go right back to normal eating, which will be as much whole foods as I possibly can. To the gym. Okay, so this is complete lift number 4. And the goal of this workout is to warm up enough to get to hex bar deadlift. This is gonna be half squat. We're gonna do 6 to 8 reps, 3 sets. So wide stance, and we're just going half squat and up. We'll do 3 sets, and we'll load a little bit more each set. That's it. So hip thrusters, 3 sets, 6 to 8 reps. Really finishing good with the glutes. So the half squats, hip thrusters, 3 sets, 6 to 8 reps. The whole idea with those 2 things were to get warmed up to be able to do this well. So there's 2 things you can do here. You can leave it on the floor and you can get a nice deep hex bar deadlift. You want to grab hard, look straight ahead, and pull. Or if that's too hard, you can take a 45 and you put 1 on each side, and that gets you a couple inches higher, and it allows you to lift from a higher position. You can keep going up and get like a super heavy pull from a higher position if you don't have as much flexibility in your hips and glutes, or your hips and low back. So again, you want to grab really, really tightly, look straight ahead, and you want to finish it. Three sets, 6 to 8 reps, and you can build more and more weight as you go. Gym, I like doing my calf raises here. And I'll just start with 20, double leg. And one thing I like to do is I like to mix isometric calves and calf raises. So I'll go usually 3 sets where I go a double to warm up, and then I'll go short, like take a short break, then I'll go 6-second hold isometrics, and I'll switch. So that's 1.
That's 2. That's 3. I'll do 6 total.
That's 5. one more set of isometrics. And you can really load these big time as you get better at them. You just want to make sure that your leg's not shaky. You want to be firm with the isometrics. So 20 both legs, 6 sets, 6 seconds isometrics, short break, and then I'll do 6 to 8 single legs, and that'll be 1 set. And then I'll do 3 sets of that. So this will be the 6 to 8 single. So I'll go. So that's set 1, do 3 sets total, and then that's the complete lift hex bar focus for the day. Okay, so ran a workout this morning, pre-workout fueled during the workout, had the protein after. It's been about an hour after the workout, and I'm gonna do something that I like to do, good food versus bad food. And in reality, I don't really count any food as bad food. I just think the timing of things matters. So I've got 2 different meals here. I have a smoothie from Smoothie King, the Gladiator, with blueberries, bananas, and honestly, just a ton of sugar. Like, this is 900 calories of dessert. Like, there's no way around it. I mean, you cannot call this like real healthy food. It's not. It's a dessert. I like desserts. I'm fine eating desserts, but I just had a ton of sugar in the workout, which I think is appropriate. I think when you run high intensities, you need to fuel with highly processed, very simple sugars so that you can get energy quickly. Anaerobic glycolysis, the process of breaking down sugar and creating energy, is 24 steps, chemical steps. Oxidative phosphorylation, so the process of breaking down fat to create energy, which is used during slower activities, is 136 steps. So it just makes practical sense that if you want to run fast, you're going to use fast fuel. But the rest of the day, I want to use whole foods. So I have salmon. This is from Aventine, a local restaurant in Rome, Georgia, where I live, that is an amazingly well-made food, like super high quality. Like, there's beets, carrots, spinach, eggs, and I'm not sure what those are, maybe like capers or something. It looks absolutely amazing with salmon. And then this is about 600 calories, another 250 for the salmon. And then I actually get to eat some Brussels sprouts as well. So I don't get to finish all of these. I think all of this would be around 1,100 calories. I actually talked to the chef, and these Brussels sprouts have a ton of sugar in them. They're like candied Brussels sprouts. So I really only get to eat like a quarter of the Brussels sprouts. And what I like to do is good food, bad food. So I've got a coin, and I will flip a coin. And I like doing this for a couple reasons. One is you can see how much good food you get to eat versus how much bad food you get to eat. And think about this. If I eat that salad and that salmon and a little bit of Brussels sprouts, I'm gonna get the same number of calories as if I have this smoothie. However, I'm gonna feel so much better with this food right here, this healthy food. I'll be fuller, like a higher satiety level. Mentally and emotionally, I won't have another glucose sugar spike. The protein will make me stable. like energy-wise throughout the day, this is basically gonna cause like a second up and down cycle that I just experienced during my workout, where I had like a ton of energy. What's different about having sugar during a workout though is working out and running hard, it blunts the insulin response some, so you don't experience like this super high and super low. Like I still have great energy now, even though I just ran and lifted, because I fueled really well. So I'm gonna flip a coin. We're gonna go heads, good food, tails, bad food. And here's the reality of this. This is such good food. I'll probably eat this for dinner if I don't get it now. But if I flip tails, then I'll just drink the smoothie for my lunch and I'll wait until dinner. And I like doing this for a couple reasons. One is calories matter. So if I make a bad decision throughout the day and I do have this huge smoothie, I basically just need to suck it up and wait for dinner and not go have more of a meal. Like you can have a healthy body mass, a healthy weight, and eat, a smoothie from Smoothie King. Like it's not the end of the world to go that route. It's just not the best route for how you feel. So I just like illustrating the point of look at the volume of food between the two. If you have a choice, choose this every time that you can. But if you get stuck and you screw it up, recognize that's a dessert and recognize that you just gotta wait and you gotta eat a healthy meal later. But honestly, this actually hurts me. I'm gonna be so stoked if I get to eat this. I'm gonna be a little bit upset if it's the smoothie. Physically, I will be upset. And I'm so hoping this smells so good. And I think that's the last point I'll make before I flip the coin is if you can get into a habit of eating healthy regularly, and one thing that I did to create a positive relationship with food is I journal. So an hour after I eat, I like to record how I felt. And when you do that, you start associating how you feel with what you ate. And that really is strongly connected. So a lot of times when you eat a smoothie, you don't feel anything right away. You might actually feel pretty good. But 30, 45 minutes and then an hour later, you don't feel that great compared to when you eat this good food. An hour later, I'm gonna be still full. I'm gonna be super even emotionally, mentally. This is gonna affect me negatively, but I know how to handle it. So for you, I'm gonna do it. Just to prove the point that you can eat and circle back and make good choices later. All right, heads, good food, tails, bad food. All right, just so you know, I'm gonna flip, catch, and then I'll put it on my hand. So that's the rhythm. All right, here we go. Catch it. Oh, I kind of dropped it, but it stayed on. Boom, heads, yes. So this is the second time I've done this, the second time I've gotten the good food. I'm so pumped to eat this. I'm crazy excited about this, so much more. So this is 2 times now that I've hit heads and I haven't had to do the bad meal. So just so everybody knows, relax. I still do like smoothies, even though I'm calling this a bad meal. It's just bad timing of the meal. I'm actually probably gonna have a dessert later tonight. So I plan my desserts. I actually call what I do the dessert diet. I plan when I'm gonna eat dessert and I plan the amounts. This is gonna go in the freezer and I probably will eat this over 3 or 4 days. So I'll have the 900 calories, but I'm just gonna have it spread out. All right, I'm gonna eat my food and you guys can watch me eat it. The other thing that I like to do to help control calories is I love flavored water. I think it's an amazing way to like have some flavor but not have calories. And as far as I know, research-wise that I've done, there's no detrimental benefits to flavored water because most of the flavor is in the bubbles. It's like an effervescent. So if anybody thinks differently, I'm totally happy to learn and to change my ways. But as of now, this is one of my preferred drinks because there's no calories in it and it tastes really good. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and section off my broccoli here. Or what is this? Wait. It's not broccoli. Brussels sprouts. Yeah. So that's probably it as far as the Brussels sprouts go. And I'll have to save that for later. All right, this was Aventine versus Smoothie King. I'm so glad that I flipped the heads and got to eat this meal for lunch today. 900 calories versus 900 calories, way different. Something I didn't mention yet, but I always try to mention, is the cost. That's where the biggest discrepancy was in this meal. That was, I think, $11, something like that. This meal was $37. Ultra expensive. But Aventine is one of the nicest restaurants in Rome. It's definitely maybe overpriced, yeah. But given that Smoothie King is $11, gosh, I don't know. I think some days I might pick that on price alone. Generally speaking, most of the time I don't eat out. But I just like doing this because I think it's super fun to show people how you can eat out healthy. So you could definitely go with an in-between here. You could go to like a Longhorn or something like that and get a similar setup to this that's not $37. That probably would be the right way to go. And then there's another in-between you can do. When we travel a lot, we go to the grocery store. So we'll just go to the grocery store, get like some fruit, some vegetables. We'll get like, if they have like a chicken that's pre-cooked or something like that, and we'll share it. So there's so many options you can eat on the road. Main thing is to try and eat whole foods as much as you can during the day when you're not working out, and then fuel as well as possible for your workouts. All right, we'll catch you on the next one. Burger time.
Okay, this is one of the things I'm most excited to share in terms of staying lean, staying healthy as a 40-plus-year-old athlete or as a high school athlete or college athlete or age grouper or whatever. this is something I do before almost every meal. So 2 to 3 times a day, I'll have a protein drink. And the thing that this does is it provides a higher satiety so that when you do go eat your dinner, you don't overeat. And I'm drinking a chocolate protein here that's super delicious and actually satisfies some of the sweet tooth as well. And I put a little extra sodium in there too, since I had a big workout day. So this is something I do all the time, and it just helps you feel full before you go and tackle a big dinner and accidentally overeat.
All right, so big day, went for another easy jog, ate a little bit of fruit, some strawberries, a couple tangerine slices, and cooked some dinner, then had my pre-dinner protein, which I'm a huge believer in, helps a ton with satiety. And I'm gonna go eat with the fam, but here is the meal for dinner in the full day of eating. So I've got some of these, I keep forgetting what these are called. Not asparagus. Not broccoli, Brussels sprouts. Got some of the Brussels sprouts from yesterday here. I'm gonna eat one because I'm hungry. Burger with avocado, tomato, cheese, and I'm a huge hot sauce fan, so I've got hot ones. This one's not super hot. A sweet potato, and then some other vegetables. I'd say this is probably about 950 calories, somewhere in there, 800 to 950. And then another fizzy drink, we call them fizzy drinks. I probably drink like 5 or 6 of these a day. I'm addicted to them for sure. So that's pretty much it. Like, I will maybe have a dessert tonight, some ice cream. But that's a full day of eating, a full day of training. And I probably got somewhere between 3,000 and 3,500 calories by the end of the day. And I'm gonna go eat with the family because I definitely believe eating with a group, eating with your family, it should be a social time. Like, it's a really good practice to do. It's a really healthy thing to do, to eat with people and just be social. That's it.